I've been in the director for 1 year. Can you believe it? I want to talk about a few small accomplishments first. Some things you may not be aware of. First of all, the thing that people don't realize, although 2 or 3 of you will, we renegotiated the state CAI contract for staff augmentation. We're on track to save the state over $1 million a year as a result of that negotiation. I don't talk about small things like that because they just happen. But I just wanted to, when I looked at the numbers, I was like, wow, this is going to be a lot of money for the state. As all of you know, we completely reorganized the agency. That will be 12 months, first or second week of February, about second week of February. We got a new lease on life. And so, but that's not why we're here today, to talk about that. We are here, let me introduce you to the new Deputy Director of DIS. This is Yessica Jones. We'll change out mics here in just a second, but I do want to give a little snippet of background. Those of you that are in the DBA and data warehouse and data analytics business, you'll be very happy that you have a friend and colleague who was at Acxiom for 10 years. So she may know a thing or two about how we should be doing databases and what we can do to improve. Do we have any Harding graduates in the room? Anybody? Well, I was just going to tell you she's been teaching at Harding for the last couple of years. So you if you know anyone currently up there, you might want to you might get the lowdown. Go to the Rate My Professors and ask them how they. So, without any further ado, by the way, just so everyone hears it, Yessica is spelled with a Y today. So if you see, don't mispronounce it. Don't. But anyway, the governor told me that among all the people on his staff, she's been working with the governor's staff, but I'll let her tell her what she was doing there. All the people on his staff, if she was not the hardest working person on his staff, she was certainly one of the hardest working people on his staff. And so he was excited for Yessica. All the folks over there were very sad to lose her. They're already trying to figure out how to move her workload around because she could absorb stuff that other people couldn't absorb. So without any further ado, come on, Yessica.
Thank you.
You can.
Thank you for the intro. Where did Mark go? Are you leaving me? There you are.
Okay, I'm taking vacation.
Okay, thank you. No, thank you for the intro, and welcome everybody. First and foremost, I want to thank you for coming out here this morning to meet and greet me. I know everybody has a busy schedule, and I do appreciate your time. What can I say? I am just thrilled. I am excited and humble at the same time for this great opportunity. I'm really looking forward to helping Mark lead the agency to continue success in providing information technology services to the state's public entities. Let me tell you that this morning I met with some of your top leaders, and I am just so impressed about their expertise. Obviously, they have a lot of experience, their talent, their professionalism, but most of all about their dedication to making a difference in this agency. It's just the things that we talked about, it's amazing, and hopefully we'll get into some planning that we're ready to start talking about certain things. So just real quickly about myself, I was born and raised in Mexico City, and I came to the States on a tennis scholarship, and actually recently just I became a U.S. citizen, so I'm extremely proud of that. Thank you.
I do want to say, so I do have to tell you.
Okay.
So they obviously did not understand what they were getting into. The governor's office, they had like a tennis match off for the whole round robin, and didn't quite understand that she truly is one of the more elite players around. And so she won like with really not breaking a sweat, and humbled a lot of men.
It was great.
I mean, I mean, you have no idea.
It was fun. It was fun because I had not, whenever they asked me to go play tennis, I told them, I said, you guys really have high hopes. I said, I have not touched a racket in 10 years. I said, you don't understand. But I got there and I did pretty good, I think. Made me feel young again. Really. So you'll hear an accent here and there. I heard a lot of people, especially my students, they said, Ms. Jones, you have like a mix between like a Southern and a Spanish accent. And I said, well, the Southern, you can blame it to my husband. Spanish, of course, that's part of who I am. I graduated from Harding University, so there's no Harding alumni here? Not even one? Oh, we'll take care of that. No, I'm kidding. Oh, just one? Where?
Judy, raise your hand.
Oh, all right.
You weren't born when I went there.
You'll be surprised. So I have a computer science degree and a master's in business administration from Harding. My first job out of Harding was with a company named TRW, so some of you might recognize the name, now Northrop Grumman. I spent about 2.5 years with them as a solutions developer, a software developer, and also as a team lead for one of the projects that involved engineering a mainframe system into a client-server system. While I was working, I was getting my master's, and as soon as I finished my master's, I got a job offer to go to work for Pensacola Quaker State in Houston, Texas. So I packed up all my belongings and I went to Houston. And I was for Pensacola, I worked as a software developer. And I was also in charge of part of their HR module that sat on one of the ERP systems. Now, during my time in Pensacola, I got married. My husband, like I said, he's from BB. And he was working in a company here in Little Rock. So we talked and we decided that it was best for me to move back to Arkansas. So I came back to Arkansas and I landed a job with Acxiom Corporation. I worked at Acxiom for 10 years. My title was Solutions Developer, but my responsibilities, they vary a lot. I did a lot of business analyst work at the very beginning. Then I moved into software development, then into database development and database administration as well. I worked with Kim for a couple of years, great co-worker. So while I was working at Acxiom, so let me tell you that all my life that I've been here in Arkansas, I lived in Searcy, and I still live in Searcy. So obviously I had quite a few friends that teach at Harding University. And while I was at Acxiom, one of my good friends, she offered me a position to go to work for Harding as a professor in the College of Business, teaching management information systems. So I thought, well, that's kind of fitting, and I'm pretty sure I got something to give, to my students. So I took on the challenge, and I started teaching at Harding 3 years ago. I taught classes taught classes, or still finishing up right now, data management, database design and implementation, and business applications programming. Teaching, I honestly can say that being a professor has been the most rewarding positions that I've had on a personal level. And the reason why I said that is because when you get an email from a graduate, right, student, and they tell you, well, Ms. Jones, thank you so much for everything that you taught me, or thank you for pushing me on a certain class, because now I'm able to use those skills at work. It's just very humbling, because then you realize, wow, you do make a difference in somebody's life, and everything that you do, it's totally worth it. So I love teaching there. And 6 months ago, while I was teaching at Harding, I got a call about a position to work for Governor Hutchinson as an outreach liaison. So I came an interview with the governor without me knowing, just FYI, because when I got the call about the position, they just said, well, why don't you just come by and just kind of, we can talk more about the position. So in my mind, I was just coming to learn about the position, not knowing that I was going to interview with the governor. And this is what I was telling Scott and everybody else. This is the first job I've ever had an interview without even preparing, not even looking at my resume, not even thinking about it. So I went in there and they said, the governor will be with you in a minute. And I thought, oh no. So I think it was the best because obviously I was not nervous because I never even imagined that I was going to interview with the governor. So I was just very laid back. And I got the job, and I was able to negotiate with Harding, still teaching 3 days a week. So I was teaching Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and working for the governor Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now, as an outreach liaison, what I did, many things obviously, but give the governor recommendations on policies, procedures, or legislation that could possibly impact the Hispanic community here in Arkansas. So great experience. I really enjoy working for the governor, and I think that the experience that I gained in the last 6 months is just immeasurable. So that's on the professional side. If you guys have any questions, I'll be happy to answer here in more detail. On the personal level, I've been married for 14 years. My husband's name, his name is DJ. He works for Union Pacific. He's a train conductor. A lot of people are fascinated with trains. I don't know why, especially guys. But anyway, we have 3 children. I have a 10-year-old son. His name is Alex. He is just the most energetic kid. He just never gets tired. I mean, just recently, my husband took him duck hunting Saturday and Sunday morning. And he literally came home. He was outside playing. It was 9 o'clock, and he was nonstop. And my husband, he was just out. And I was like, why can't you not stop? Which is good. I mean, nothing bad, but he just wears us out. I also have a daughter. Her name is Katie. She's 8 years old, and she is just a little mini me. Anybody, I promise you, if you were to see that little girl somewhere, you would know, oh, that's Jessica's daughter, because they said they look like me. So I tend to think that she's just the improved version of me. And also I have a 4-year-old son. He's just a precious little soul. So that's my family. I feel like I've just been extremely blessed with all kinds of opportunities ever since I came to the States. And I also feel very blessed that I've been able to serve the state for the last 6 months. And I'm certainly super excited that I'm going to continue to do so with this agency. So once again, just thank you so much for welcoming, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you. So thank you.